Here we are in the kitchen with Paul Stanley. You know him from Kiss. We know him now as a chef.
You know, trying to follow on Fabio's heels, that's his charisma and his food is tough to match.
Did you have a like when you were much younger in your career, was it just sort of garbage in because you guys were on the road, or did you always watch what you ate? Were you always
I watched it as I ate it. Not much beyond that.
When did the refined palate come to you then?
I think over the years, you know, one thing that I love about Europeans is that they don't see food as just fuel to stuff in their faces. There's an experience of eating. So, when you start mixing great ingredients, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I was getting the
eye from me.
Because
that's
stink eye from
the
her,
stink eye, because I feel the same way. It's like sitting down with your family, and food and eating is just such a passionate, wonderful thing to do with family and friends. And Mark just eats to live. I live to eat.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't make me
I'm
wrong.
changing.
It just makes me different.
Makes you different, but we're slowly changing all that because you're beginning to really, really appreciate all this.
No, I haven't perfected my Brussels sprouts yet, but later in life I came to really love them. So I'm dying to try these.
Brussels sprouts can be great.
Yeah, this is your recipe.
This is a recipe I made up, and it was a way of getting my son to love Brussels sprouts as much as I do. And it's fairly simple. You just mix a lot of great ingredients. Got olive oil here. Put a little in your pan. And you want to throw in your prosciutto.
I love prosciutto.
Can't go wrong with prosciutto.
No.
Can't go wrong with bacon. Can't go wrong with prosciutto. So,
what is the difference?
Do you need a here.
Prosciutto and what is the difference between bacon and prosciutto? Is basically the same. But
it's just cured differently. It's smokier. Bacon is smokier, and the prosciutto is just less salty. Yes, please bring it in.
Please bring it in.
You marinated chicken with your Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
So after now you put the prosciutto.
I win.
Do you make it?
I win.
I like it to get a little bit browned, and to save some time, I might just put it on the side here. Usually I take it out, put it back into a bowl, then add my...
Did you clean the Brussels sprouts and cut them in half and blanch them?
I cut them in half, and I usually steam them or put them in a microwave with some water. And I don't know about you, but I like my Brussels sprouts really brown, almost to a point of being burnt.
Yeah, me too.
And
I like the crispy.
Yeah, really crispy. And once your Brussels sprouts are nice and crispy, you put your prosciutto back in. And then after that, you may want to add a little bit more olive oil, because you can't go wrong with olive oil.
Right.
Cherries.
Oh,
I can tell you, this is so good.
This is so.
The sweet and the
So you get that sweet and savory.
Do you and your wife cook together when you?
Yes, I love cooking with my wife. So you add your cherries.
Now these are dried cherries, right?
These are dried
and pitted cherries.
And they'll plump up over time once you're cooking with them. Then you just keep tasting it. There's no secret for me to cooking. If it tastes good, it's the right proportion.
So, now that balsamic vinegar looks like chocolate syrup.
You know, good balsamic vinegar can be put on ice cream.
I know.
So, it's a reduction.
I love it.
And sometimes if you go to your supermarket and you buy some cheesy balsamic vinegar, it's pretty much inedible. So you're going to add your balsamic vinegar, and you're going to add Parmigiano-Reggiano.
That looks so good.
And you're going to mix that together, and it gets a great color.
Beautiful. And then there's your finished over there. It's nice and clear.
There it is, finished.
Look at that. Look at this.
And we would take this, we put it into a bowl. Then you would take it, put a little bit more Parmigiano-Reggiano, then lemon zest.
That looks beautiful. That looks great for Thanksgiving this year.
You created this.
Yes.
How much trial and error? Like, when did you go, you know what, it needs some zest or lemon?
Well, the trial and error was just you keep tasting it, and when it tastes good...
Then you stop.
Then you stop. You don't want to go beyond that point. So,
you can eat Brussels sprouts many different ways, because Brussels sprouts, you can bake them, you can shred them, you can saute them, but doing this is just an added. You said you wanted your children to really enjoy it and love it as much as you do.
Yeah, and also to diversify their palate a little.
Yeah, so they like.
I mean, my kids love prosciutto, and they love all these cured meats. So
now I'm going to be making your marinade here, Paul. What you have is the rosemary and some capers and mustard, Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard, white wine, garlic.
Okay, and
you can't go wrong. We grow rosemary at our house. We grow all our vegetables.
We do too. We have a garden out in the back there. Yeah, and then we're gonna just hang on. Hate when that happens.
Where's Fabio when you need him?
Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oops. I think the other way.
Try the other way.
While you're doing that, I'm going to mention to everyone that you're going to put it in a plastic bag and marinate it. Now, do you do it overnight?
You can. The longer you marinate it, the better it's going to be.
All right. So
then we were.
Yes, we can wait.
If this was working, if Fabio was here.
I am determined now to do this. Okay, let's.
This is priceless.
Somebody go get Fabio.
You know, I
Stop
need
his
the
car.
shoes. We have to put your shoes on, Paul. We got to get
Haley!
that thing
Where's Haley? This is making me crazy. Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Perfect. And then it's not plugged in.
All right, well, they're doing that. There we go. All right. Then we're going to put it in a nice hot skillet, and we're going to saute it till it gets...
Saute it, and you can put it in the oven. I sometimes make a whole lot of this marinade and use it as a sauce. So I'll take a pan, cover the chicken with it, put it in about an inch deep, and just use that as my sauce afterwards.
Could you use it on swordfish and shrimp and lamb?
I put it on pasta. So as a side dish, I'll have pasta.
So
Do you ever cook for the guys in the band? Like, do you guys all get together?
Yes. I make some pretty good food. So
look at that, huh?